Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, or good night if you're watching this from home. This lesson is about building tension in stories. Tension in stories makes your whole body seize up and tighten as you're waiting for the climax to happen, and we're going to show you how to do that. This line really stands out to me and makes me think of why it's so important to put tension in your story. And I'm going to show you a few ways we can do that. Go ahead, read through these. These are 4 different ways that you can get your reader or get your story to have a little bit more tension. I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. All right, so here's just a few examples. I'm just going to add one more here that I was thinking about as I was putting this together. And one final thing I'm going to have, I could choose to do. I wouldn't do all of these. I could have that's another way of building tension, just asking those questions like, what should I do next? Or how am I going to get him to agree to that? Let's look at my story mountain that I made. I know it's a little blurry, I apologize, but I copied it from YouTube. You can see the YouTube scroll bar at the bottom. So I want to try and use my story mountain. I want to write something in my story mountain from my list of ways to build tension. What can I add here that's going to allow me to really have my reader anticipate my climax and make them really be on the edge of their seat while they're waiting for my story to wrap up? I'm going to try the strategy of making my reader wait for the climax, because at the climax of my story, you can see that Sam is actually going to choose the person we think is the antagonist, the enemy in the story. But I don't want my climax to happen too quickly. I want to make sure my reader waits for it and is really wondering who is she going to choose. Like between this part right here, which is the teacher announces the project, and Sam choosing the enemy, Will, to be her partner, I want my reader to wait and I want my reader to keep guessing of what she's actually going to do. So I just added 2 more things to my story mountain here. And this goes back to making sure that I'm going to have my reader wait until they get to the climax. So this is all going to be in between here. Right? The teacher is going to announce the project, and I've added 2 new things. You like that pen? It's a cool pen, right? 2 new things to my story mountain. One, June's going to text Sam about the project, and Sam's going to ignore the text. Next, Sam's going to talk to her mom, and my reader is going to think that the mom's going to provide this advice that's going to tell Sam what to do, but it's not going to happen. Mom's going to tell her that she needs to decide on her own. So what that's going to create, my reader is going to be waiting until this decision is made into the climax of my story. So this strategy goes back to our chart, and it's the making your reader wait for the climax. What could you add to your story? All right, so what can you do now? The first thing you could do is you're going to choose one of the tension building strategies from our list. You can see it in the bottom right-hand corner right here. You could also go back earlier in this video for a larger version of that. You're going to take out your story mountain. On your story mountain, I want you to add 2 to 3 new scenes that will help you use the strategy that you've selected from the ways to build tension chart. You can see that I did that right here. I put them in a box. You might as well put them in a box. I mean, why not? I'll put a picture of a little box to help remind you of the cute little box. Finally, what you can do is you can rewatch this video. It's a short one. It's under 6 minutes long, so you could rewatch this video or even just parts of this video to help you choose ways to build tension in the story. And lastly, after you do those steps 1, 2, 3, and 4, if you've added some new scenes to your story, you have to do this first. I don't want you to just go watch another video without trying something else. You have to do this part first, okay? But if you have time and you're interested in watching another way to build tension, there is a video I found from a children's book author. It's not me. It is a video from a children's book author that gives you another way of building tension in your story called the try-fail cycle. It's one of my favorite things to do as well. That's why I kept it as a separate video. Okay? Good luck.